What is going on, guys? Today we're going to be looking at Gareth Bale, and I've been putting him off for quite a while. That is because personally he was a lot of coins to the start of this game, and now obviously with the influx of an icon SBC has gone up a little bit, especially with all the other 85s and 86s, but he is dramatically a lot cheaper nowadays, and to be honest he's more around the sort of price that I'd actually want to pick him up. Obviously, we did use the loan version, so if you have chosen him, or I think he was actually the one you had to pick during this month's or this season's rewards. So really GG to that. I quite like having these loans, and hopefully as we go further into the seasons, we get better and better players, because obviously we don't want a Bale next time, or we don't want like a Modric next time. We want an icon potentially. So hopefully they do something like that. That would actually be really cool. And obviously this gave me the opportunity to try Bale out for 12 games. Was really happy that I didn't have to go buy him, because personally I'm quite happy with Dembele. I think he's absolutely solid at the minute. Skill moves, dribbling, agility is all absolute fire. Pace is great. Shooting wise isn't quite there, but obviously I've got Mbappe, Neymar to kind of finish up anything he doesn't. So for me, the right wing, if it's not Messi, I'm quite happy using someone like Dembele. I will probably try Bale out with everybody else, because at the minute we tried him in a La Liga team, mainly to try and get that rivals kind of objective done as well. And obviously we were trying out Inzaghi, Schmeichel and Toko Akambe. All fantastic, really, really nice. We did sub on a couple of players. I think Casemiro came off. Kondogbia actually was alright for an 81. So we didn't really sub off too much. I think I did sub off Vinicius Jr. for Neymar as well. But apart from that, no one else was subbed off. Bale was in the right wing position. I tried him as the striker. I tried him as a middle cam. Just to try him in all the different positions. Obviously, he's got a good skill set and a good kind of balance of attributes this year again. He's obviously got a very, very nice 87 shooting for an 85 right wing. That's fantastic, but I think the one thing it does leave open is his dribbling. That is a massive one this year that really isn't there. His agility and balance are just so off, it's unbelievable. But he does have the 91 pace. That for me is a godsend, the fact that he's already really, really quick, meaning that you can focus a chemistry style away from the pace and onto that dribbling. Because once you have that dribbling, personally if you went for a sniper, he'd have 90 dribbling overall. It doesn't quite sort out his balance, but his agility goes up to 89, which I can actually work with then. I think that is much better. But as the base version of him, I was disappointed with his dribbling. It's only 82 overall, so you obviously can see that a lot of it's gone into his shooting and his pace more than anything. He's a 4-star skiller with a 3-star weak foot. Obviously Bale is heavily known for cutting in on his left, but obviously I would like to have a 4-star weak foot as well, but that's just not going to happen. Linkability, obviously Real Madrid are relatively decent this year. There's some decent players in it. I think you can really see a few kind of nice areas that you could possibly get special cards in. At the minute, there isn't a huge amount of special cards available. Obviously, you've got Hazard on the other side, but he doesn't link with Bale. You've got a striker, 88 Benzema, who, to be honest, isn't terrible. Like, he's not the most usable card in the game, but he isn't awful. You could use him in rivals, if anything. So there is a few players. Obviously, Modric is a good a good centre mid, if anything. Personally, I use DMs and cams, so for me, he's no use, but he could fit into some people's teams most definitely. Bale is obviously left-footed with 6'1", with a medium work rate. So all of the above relatively decent, bar from the weak foot, and that can be a bit of an issue when, well, to be honest, it really isn't, because you're not crossing the ball anymore until they really patch that and heading actually becomes a thing in this game, which, to be honest, we're 5 patches in or something stupid like that, and it's not even been slightly addressed. So for me, I don't think they're going to actually patch the heading. I feel like that is how it's going to be nowadays, so we'll see how that goes. But unless that becomes a thing, it's not a problem to have the weak foot with this card, bar from actually shooting with it, because he's going to be cutting in on the right anyway onto that left foot, and his finesse is absolute fire. Really, really nice. But anyway, moving on to the stats of this guy. So 91 pace, 90 acceleration, 91 sprint speed. That's always fantastic. He then has 87 shooting, which gives 84 finishing, 92 shot power, and 85 positioning. relatively decent, especially with a chem style. You can really boost them up. 90 long shots, 90 curve, 81 short pass, 80 long pass isn't amazing for a right winger, but again, you can get away with it. You really can on this game. 84 heading accuracy, 86 jumping. Again, it's good for when you're kicking the ball up from the keepers, because personally I'd just whack it straight over to that right wing, and predominantly most left backs relatively aren't absolutely huge. So if he's got someone like Carlos or something, if you catch him off guard, Bale's going to win that header, and then you can obviously start to really kind of get down the field very, very quickly. Obviously, the dribbling is the little bit of an issue. There is some good stats in it, like the 85 composure I can deal with, 84 ball control, 83 dribbling, and 80 reactions. It's all very, very average for that for me. But once you whack that sniper on, everything goes up. He then has 90 composure, 89 ball control, and 93 dribbling. Like I said, 89 agility I can work with, even though he still feels a little bit not as agile as, say, Dembele. Obviously, a smaller frame, smaller player in general, tends to have that nice quick turn on that dribble, whereas Bale isn't quite there with this game. And I think that is why, personally, when he was like, 100, 200k, I just personally I weren't even given the idea of buying him for that much. So I thought, you know what, we're going to wait. We'll see what he drops to. Let him drop a little bit more. And obviously 55k, I think that is more of a reasonable price. And especially during that, this price is taken during the weekend league and the fluctuations of the base icon SBC. So you could probably get him for even cheaper when they're gone. And obviously it's like a Monday or Tuesday. Shooting wise, 99 finishing, 90 positioning, and 92 shot power with the sniper on. Turn him into a 90 striker or an 89 right wing. For me, that is really, really nice right there. Stamina's a little bit off at 73, and he's got 80 strength, which it's usable. That most definitely is usable with the strength. Stamina could be an issue running up and down, depending on how much you're actually going to use Bale to actually run with a game. So going into the overalls, what was Bale good at, what wasn't he? He was really good at picking the ball up and making these runs right here. Really nice at kind of making that aware run where you can kind of draw the defender off a little bit, and obviously sweat goals are probably the most OP thing in this game. He was really good at drawing defenders away with that run because of obviously the name and obviously how quick he is. A defender or an opposing player would always kind of think that you're going to go for him. He's fast, he's quick, and his finesse, like I said, is an absolute fire. That one, I don't know why it didn't go in, but it just missed. In general, his finesse shot was absolute wicked. The curl he can get on that ball with that power was absolutely insane. Pace-wise was absolutely fine. I felt like he was really, really quick. Dribbling, I was a little bit more disappointed with him, and that's personally where Dembele comes better for me. Personally, because of the sweat goal nature and because of everything else, that's why I think for me the right wing shooting ability can be a little bit less. Personally, Bale's really good with that, and the cutting is fantastic, but if he reads that every time, you're not going to be able to kind of utilise that one thing that he has. Whereas Dembele can shoot, yes, 9 times out of 10, or I'd probably say 7 times out of 10, it may not go in, but he's got that element of being able to go that one step further with the dribble and then just pass it across, and it's a 10 out of 10. For me, that's the biggest thing, and I think it's one of the things that I've seen pros do, not comparing myself to a pro in the slightest, but they're always looking for that one more objective where they get through, and it raises their goal percentage from 95% to the 100%. You don't want to kind of chance a goal. If you're giving up possession, you want to give up possession because they're going for kickoff. So going for the overall review, personally, Bernardo Silva doesn't touch Bale. Personally, I think Bale's very the same as Dembele. It all depends on what you want in a right wing. I think personally they both fall under the same category. I just think they've got different attributes that they can give to your team. So personally, I wouldn't say one's better than the other. Both of them are very quick. Both of them have the dribble, but Dembele's is better, and obviously Bale has the better shot. So for me, they're very, very similar in that aspect. But Messi is kingpin in the La Liga. That personally is the right wing everybody wants this year. He is probably the best right wing in the game. So I cannot wait to pick him up. It's going to be very, very soon because we've got enough coins for him. I'm just waiting for him to drop that little bit more and get into the price range that I'm looking for. Probably try and get him for £1 million if possible. but personally I don't know how much he's going to drop for. So I've given Bale an 8 out of 10 for value for coins, an 8 out of 10 for FUT Champs, and a 7.5 out of the overall. Personally, the FUT Champs definitely can drop very, very soon because we're going to see a lot more icons in the teams. We're going to see a lot more meta players in the teams. That for me can drop very, very quickly, but at this moment in time I'd still be quite happy for Bale to be in my team. So hopefully you enjoyed this video. Let me know if you've played with Bale as well and what you think about him. Is he in your team? The one player that I want to try with Bale is his road to the final. That card has the potential to be an absolute animal if Real Madrid go on a proper cup run. So we will be looking at that card. Obviously he is quite a lot at the minute, so we will keep tabs on him and see what he goes up to and what potential Real Madrid can do to get to the final of the cup. So like I said, hopefully you enjoyed this video. Make sure you like and subscribe, and I'll see you all for the next one. Peace.